everybody, and welcome. This is the Smiling Banjo podcast presented by the Philadelphia Folk Song Society. My name's Emily Drinker. I'm a singer-songwriter here in Philadelphia, a longtime Folk Fest attendee and lover. And right now we have a special treat, this wonderful trio from China to Appalachia, Marcy Marxer, Cathy, Fink, and Chao Tian. Thank you for coming.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for being here.
This is great.
Yeah, how's the festival going so far?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah,
so great. Better.
You're celebrating a new CD.
We are. We're celebrating this new CD called From China to Appalachia. Look, you can see Chao in the middle with her Chinese dulcimer.
Yes.
And there's Marcy holding her cello banjo, and there's Cathy with a 5-string banjo, and 13 tunes and songs from China, from Appalachia, and from around the world.
That's so amazing. How did you all meet and get started with this project?
We met through a program at the Music Center at Strathmore, which is a performing arts center in North Bethesda, Maryland. In 2017, Chao became an artist in residence, and I work in that program as a mentor and an advisor to the artists. So I was immediately taken with her amazing music. Marcy and I invited Chao over for a jam session, and it was kind of a little ridiculous story because Chao didn't have quite as much English at the ready. So when we invited her over for a jam session, she thought it had to do with food. And we said, and bring your dulcimer. And then she thought, well, what do you do with the food and the dulcimer? But she came on over, and there was a little bit of food, but there was a lot of music. We had a clarinet and saxophone player, and Marcy and myself and Chao, and we just jammed, and Chao had never done that before. How'd that feel?
Well, as an immigrant artist, language is always struggling for us, for me especially. But musically, after that jam session, I feel like I can freely express myself.
Yeah.
And these two actually bring me to the improvisation world, and never come back after that day.
That must have been so exciting. Just realize, we have this connection, and we don't even need the language. We have music.
It's exciting for all of us. I mean, Chao's had to stretch in certain directions with language, with some musical forms that are new to her. Mm-hmm. We've had to do the same thing. The Chinese musical forms are very different than what we're used to. Some of the scales are very different than what we're used to, but we have fallen in love with it, and we're willing to buckle down and try and master certain pieces. And then also, language-wise, I mean, Chao's been very open about the fact that I think her English is quite good now, but when we met, she knew that she was just struggling with that. And so, as payback and respect, we're singing. Marcy and I are joining her on some songs in Chinese.
Wow!
Yes.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. What an incredible exchange! You are learning. You learn so much from each other, obviously.
We do our best with the Chinese. We are struggling with the Chinese.
They're doing great.
Yeah, great. I was curious if you came across any traditional folk songs that Chao showed you that were just really identical, or
The first time we came across that, it was an American old-time fiddle tune called Kitchen Girl. And we played it for Chao, and she said, it sounds very like a Chinese tune. And is that the one that's Midu Mountain Song? So it's on our album. And we worked up an arrangement where we could play Kitchen Girl, where Chao could play Midu Mountain Song, and where they could mash up. And then back in January, we were, we say we're going to rehearse, but really we kind of just get together and play music. And it's like trying on shoes, trying on clothes. Let's try on lots of pieces of music and see what really works, and that's what we do. And it's a super fun process, right? So Marcy and I presented a tune called Glory in the Meeting House, and it's in the key of E minor. That's not very common in old-time music. And Chao listened to it, and she said, there's a Chinese tune a lot like that. And we put together this arrangement. She went home and did a little research and found out that her piece was called Leader's Glory. So we have Glory in the Meeting House and Leader's Glory. Meantime, just sitting in the kitchen, putting this arrangement together, she made a little video of it on her phone, and we put it up on TikTok, and the next day it had 250,000 views.
Oh, wow.
And now it's like it's 750,000 views, and it's been reposted. But here's what was cool, and it's the same thing that's cool about something like Philly Folk Fest. It was shared and commented on by people of all ages, and it sold out all of our shows in January.
No kidding.
With people who were completely unfamiliar that this music existed.
Wow.
Including a lot of Chinese people who, like in the comments, would say, "Oh, we had no idea that there was a Chinese-American mashup going, and this speaks to us. No other music has ever spoken to us."
Wow.
And the number of young people who came out to our shows was great. And
So it really does work. I've been like averse. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do TikTok, but that's a pretty good story. Yeah.
Go to TikTok. We have two other viral things on TikTok right now. One is my song. We're going to do it tomorrow night with the Old Time Coalition called "Childless Cat Ladies."
Yeah.
And the other was a song by a friend of ours who rewrote the old anthem, we're not going back.
Actually, Cathy and I'm really used to playing with Cathy.
Yeah.
And Cathy's the only other person I've ever played music with. Like, we just play whatever we like.
Mm-hmm.
So we might be an old time tune or bluegrass or folk or jazz or swing or rockabilly, all that thing. And we've never had another person who meshed with the two of us. And Chao is right there and brings other things in too that we can be interested in and excited about. And I just really appreciate that about playing with Cathy and playing with Chao.
Yeah, I felt that. I was watching a concert you did. It was on the Library of Congress
Oh yeah.
YouTube, and the chemistry between the three of you, it was organic. It was just really special, and it was really, really incredible to watch. So.
Thank
Well, I love hearing the story about TikTok because I was going to ask how people are reacting to it, and clearly they are. And I read somewhere that you consider yourselves social music conductors.
Yep.
And I love that term. And can you speak more to that?
Yeah, I think Marcy and I, in the 40 years that we've been playing music together, and we each have careers that are prior to that. So I'm currently in my 50th year of playing music for a living. And we do a lot of what I call community work. We just completed our 16th annual ukulele festival at the Music Center at Strathmore. And the ukulele is the ultimate social music instrument because you can play it very simply with one or two fingers and get something good and join the band.
I'm a ukulele too. Yep.
Or you can become a virtuoso. And also, along with our 40 plus years of playing music for kids and families, where we're kind of the musical activity directors, but we choose our songs carefully. They're interactive, they're sing-alongs, they're do-alongs, they're sign language alongs, they learn how to yodel, they're, all different kinds of things. And it's meant to bring families together. And in fact, that show that you saw at the Library of Congress, there was a family with brand new baby and two younger kids who came to the Library of Congress to hear us not too long ago, and they showed up at Uke Fest. Now they had a ukulele and a banjo they had gotten off of Facebook Marketplace that each belonged to one of each of the kids, and they had to sign them, and they've been watching a show that Marcy and I did on the Kennedy Center Millennium stage, a Kids and Family concert from 2 years ago. And it's exactly 1 hour long. And when we're all going on a long trip, apparently that's what the kids watch. And they say to their parents, how many Cathy and Marcy's is this? And what that means is how many times are they going to watch this? You're going to watch it twice. That just that's fuel for continuing.
Yes.
But it's really fun to have the opportunity to introduce Chao to people who've never heard anything like this.
Yeah.
And then we've also been in the opposite situation. We've played some performance organizations that are majority Chinese audiences where They're a little more familiar with what Chao has to offer, and we're like the new spice.
Right. That must be. How's the audience here at the Folk Fest? How does it compare, or is it? There's lots of kids. Hopefully they're
It's
engaging
just
with
kind
it.
of a home festival. Like
Yeah.
we've been this so many years.
Yeah.
We know a bunch of people who come regularly in the audience, and it's just very comfortable and happy.
Good.
It's the Philly Folk Fest. It rocks.
Yeah.
And it's always rocked multiple generations. It's one of the things that I love. A number of people, we were chatting with a woman who we are friends with who lives in Ocracoke, but we hook up with her here every time we're here because she's never missed a Philly Folk Fest.
Never. Wow. Well, this is my last question. I am in the market for a new campfire sing-along jam.
Oh,
You
yeah.
need to learn the song "Hold Each Other Up."
Hold
There
each
you
other
go.
up. I love the
That's it.
title. That seems
And everybody
on point.
Gonna
sing.
hold each other up. We're gonna lift
Each other high.
gonna love each other better than before. This whole world will keep on turning, and our hearts will keep on yearning for each other when the world is so unsure.
That's the one.
That's it.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Oh my goodness. Thanks so much for doing this. Happy Fest to you all. Once again, from China to Appalachia, they're here at the Philly Folk Fest with us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. And we're gonna play we'll play that song right after. We'll go right
Hold
into
each
this.
other up.
Yeah,
Excellent.
hold each other up. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Go on. 2, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna hold each other up. We're gonna lift each other high. We're gonna love each other better than before. This whole world will keep on turning, and our hearts will keep on yearning for each other when the world is so unsure. We've seen troubles in the past, some gone by and some that last. And there's one thing that can help us all get by. If we listen to our hearts, each new day is a brand new start. We can love each other better if we try. Gonna hold each other up all together. Gonna hold each other up. We're gonna lift each other high. Love each other better. Love each other better than before. This whole world will keep on turning, and our hearts will keep on yearning for each other when the world is so unsure. Chill banjo. Marcy Marxer. We have time to be kind. It's a time to remind deep down and differences are few. And with every passing day, turn worries into ways. We believe that our love will dream us through. We're gonna hold each other up. We're gonna lift each other high. We're gonna love each other better. Love each other better than before. This old world will keep on turning, and hearts will keep on yearning for each other when the world is so unsure. Take it, Chao. Gonna hold each other up. We're gonna lift each other high. We're gonna love each other better than before. This old world will keep on turning, and our hearts will keep on yearning for each other when the world is so unsure. For each other when the world is so unsure. So unsure.
Thank you, Philadelphia Folk Festival.
All right, we've got 3 minutes left. We're going to just do a truncated version of a tune called Glory in the Meeting House. The second time through, it's a song that's in Chinese that is so much like Glory in the Meeting House. It's called Leader's Glory. I need my capo, or any capo. Oh, here it is. Thank you so much. And hey, let's thank the Philly Festival stage people here. They're fantastic. Don't forget, we have a brand new album called From China to Appalachia. It is not anywhere yet except here at the Philly Folk Festival in the marketplace. Yes, you can listen online, but honestly, that and a cup of coffee gets us a cup of coffee if we buy it ourselves. Every artist here has put some time, money, energy, and artistic vibe into their recordings. And at 3:45, we will be signing our new albums with our gold pens. So don't miss that up at the marketplace tent. Thank you so much to Chao Tian.
On Wednesday, we'll be on Morning Edition for NPR.
Chao Tian on the hammer dulcimer, Marcy Marxer on the cello banjo, I'm
Cathy
Cathy
Fink.
Fink, and here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, go ahead and dance. for being a great audience sitting out there in the rain. So much more great music to come. Marcy and I will be in the Banjo Workshop at 1:30, and we will all be on stage with Cathy, Marcy's Old Time Coalition, 6:30 on the main stage tomorrow night. Have a great festival.
Let's give it up again from China to Appalachia.